What is up, my fellow Super Chachis? It is Super Chach 39 here with my Maximum Security Vault 1.0. Basically, this thing's freaking maximum security to the T, man. It's like, it knows the actual combination sequence, and if you were to go in here and enter anything but the combination in the correct order, you are going to die. It is automatic death. So, you have some griefer that's on your server that wants to try to break into this vault. He runs in here. First off, when he goes through this door right here, he's going to be locked inside. So his death is going to have to happen no matter if he wants to do it or not, because he's not going to be able to get out. And we'll get into why and how that works later. But say he runs in there, hits a button, and it's out of the sequence, he's dead. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's really cool. I really like this bank, or well, it's not a bank, of vault. But yeah, so basically what I've done here is just kind of thrown up some obsidian, just to kind of give you guys an architectural feel of what it would actually look like, sort of. Now, things can change. It doesn't have to exactly look like this. And basically all this stuff, I left all this open for the redstone, obviously, so I could show you guys. And, when you would build this on like a server, you can, encase it and all that stuff with obsidian, bedrock, whatever you guys want to do. But yeah, so let's talk about the redstone real quick. Go down here. These are the decoders, these orange things. And what this does is this is where the actual redstone line will wave down through. And the spots that are missing the torches, this is an actual digit. So this would be an input that will, there's redstone underneath this thing. And what happens is, since this is missing a torch, it sends a little tiny pulse over here, kind of like a button, to that, and then it activates all that stuff over there in the RS NOR latch array and all the AND gates and stuff over there. So what I've done is I've put some note blocks up here on top, so when you hit the button, you know that the input's gone through and it's going through the little wave thing down here and activating stuff. So what this is a master reset, and we'll explain that here in a second. So what we're going to talk about now is, say you hit this button that's inside and it comes over here to this combination, which is, I think, if I remember correctly, is number 1. So number 1 is the first one in the combination, and it would send that little pulse through here, activating all this stuff, activating that torch, and then that will deactivate all this stuff, and we'll get into this over here. That's actually the sequencer thing, I guess is what you call it. I don't even know. I made it up. I built this, but we'll get into that in a minute. But so you would have to go all the way down through here to activate and open up the piston doors that are guarding the vault over there. So what the master reset does is, if these things are all ignited, obviously these things will drop by a button that's on the inside over here, and it activates all this redstone right here, deactivating this torch, deactivating that, activating this torch, and then deactivating this torch. So everything's reset, and since this is deactivated, it puts all the pistons back here into this state. So it resets all this stuff. Basically, as you guys can see, it's a pretty compact design compared to a lot of things that are out there. For the stuff that it does, it's pretty compact, at least in my opinion. I've spotted some things that I can change and all that, and I'm probably going to be doing a live stream on Twitch, so if you guys are interested in watching that, you guys can help me build Vault 2.0. I don't know why I keep calling it Bank Vault. And you guys can give me some help with that, and I'll let you guys know when I'm going to be doing that. But yeah, so let's get over here to the sequencer thing. I don't even know what to call it. I'm going to make it up. But basically, as you guys can see, all this stuff is staggered. So this torch controls this piston right here, which will drop that down into this. Now this line that's running down here all the way straight underneath, this is the line that will activate your pistons and stuff, in my case, because I have pistons blocking the entrance to the vault. So what occurs here is these things will be activated if you hit the correct code, and since this is going to be number 1, this will run down through here, activate that, and then that will bring this redstone right here to here, and obviously it will be stopped. So at this point, what you need to do is you need to hit this one, and this one will then activate that one over here. And what happens is, if one is pushed, the way that it knows the actual combination, if one is pushed when these pistons aren't down in this little slot area, it transfers the power straight through here, and since the block is not down here, it's up here, it transfers the power straight through into this redstone line right here, which activates the little thing right here and activates all the dispensers and shoots out fire charges and kills you. So yeah, and then all this stuff over here is a timer, and what happens is right here is, this is a actual reset. So what happens is this will continue shooting however long this is. I don't know the actual time of it. And then this will send that pulse through here, and this will activate these things to reset everything. So if you were to come back in, everything's ready to go. And yeah, so it just worked right off the bat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you guys over to the beta testing thing that I made of this. As you can see, there's some differences, like, you know, this piston reset thing, you know, these things go all the way over there. I changed that. But what we're going to talk about now is I'm going to show you guys how this actually works. Now, the lamps right here are going to represent the things that would kill you. Obviously, in our case over there, that's the dispensers. So let's go over here to the keypad, and we'll hit this one. Now we know that that is not part of the correct combination. As you guys can see, it activated the thing that will kill you. So this is what I was talking about. Since that piston is not down here, power transfers through and goes over here. So yeah, that's how that works, and it is pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with it. So let's go inside real quick, and I'll show you guys how this actually works. So if someone were to come inside, now they are officially locked in here. They have to know the combination to get in. Now, what we're going to do is, I know the combination, so we're going to put in the combination first to show you guys that it works. So we'll go 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Then we got 2, 8, 4, and then 6. And then the piston door will open, as you guys can see right there. Now this is just a button thing, because I'll show you guys what actually happens. I just did that for me, but that wouldn't be in there because it's a design flaw, and I'm going to change that in Vault 2.0. But when you come in here, you want to flip the lever. So last time I was in here, you have to flip this lever down to actually open up the door out there. So what you want to do is, upon arrival, come in here, flip this lever up, and then, you know, get all your stuff. So in this case, got some TNT, got some, you know, diamond stuff over here, got some gold up there, and then some emerald right here. Now, the cool thing about it is there is a manual override switch for the pistons. Now, one thing that I'm going to have to work out in 2.0, which I'll explain here in a second, is if you were to hit this button, pistons close, so then that way nobody can get in here. Now, if your friends want to troll you pretty damn hard, basically when you're in here and you have this thing closed, they can run inside and then hit the reset button, and obviously they would have to kill themselves. But when they hit the reset button, this little button right here, there's a manual override switch thing out there, which I'll probably show you guys here in a second, controls the actual piston and all that stuff. But if the output line from the combination isn't live, then it won't work. So if they come in there and hit the reset button, resets everything, this will be closed, but since that line is now deactivated, this thing won't work. So when you guys are getting ready to leave, what you need to do is flip this lever down like this, and then you want to run down this way, and you have a certain amount of time. It's about 15 seconds. You want to hit this reset button, which I'm going to change in Bank Vault 2.0, Vault 2.0, and I'm going to move it over that way. So now everything's good to go. You can come back in and do that. So what I was talking about that kind of switch thing is, you hit this button over here, it sends this redstone thing over here to this switch. The switch pulls and activates this redstone line, which will activate that. Now, this is what I was talking about. This thing has to be activated for it to work. If your friends come in and reset this, then this is going to be in this deactivated state as it is now, and then you're screwed because you can't get out, because this needs to be activated up here or deactivated up there for this to work. So that's one thing I definitely need to fix, so you guys don't get trolled. But yeah, so let's show you guys what actually happens when you put in the wrong combination. So let's say I come in here, and wait, let me turn this to survival. There we go. Come in here, and let's say I want to, try to break in here. I'm a bank robber or vault robber, and yeah, so I just hit this button. Oh my god, look how fast he died. So many things spawn or shoot out, and that lasts for about, those glitch. Those aren't supposed to do that, but it does that every time, and I don't know why. But basically, at that point right there, you have pretty much, died. The bank vault it'll shoot for, I think, about 15 seconds, and then it shuts itself off. So yeah, that's what it does. And then what happens here is, I forgot to show you guys this, but the piston, this is my design flaw that I was talking about. The piston, I have the button up here on the wall. This piston shoots up, knocks that button off, and it stays up until this stuff is all done shooting and all that and everything's reset. So you can't like come up and then try to throw the button down, because you'd have to put it on this thing since it's up here, and it wouldn't work because the redstone and all that stuff. But I want to make that deeper and stuff so it doesn't like, you know, kill the button every single time. So that's why I've had the button dispensers over there, because I was testing it and stuff. But that's pretty much it. Hopefully I'll see you guys on the live stream 2.0. Other than that, Supercharged 39 is out.